The most watched anchor in America. Thank you for making World News Tonight with David Muir the #1 newscast in America.
Right now on News Channel 6 and 7, lack of rain causing concern, how the drought is impacting local farmers. And North Augusta leaders voting on a project to bring a cyber center to the city. Why the proposal is facing resistance from people who live near the site. As your News at 7 starts now.
Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 7.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Dee Griffin. Thanks so much for joining us. Coverage you can count on begins with dry conditions across the CSRA, starting to impact more than just the landscape. News Channel 6's Jartavius Edmond has more.
Across the CSRA, a lack of rain is starting to take a toll. For farmers, that impact is even more serious as they work to keep their crops and livestock alive.
In the early spring, we usually have a good bit of rain, and we didn't have that this year. So we tried planting our corn to harvest for our cows, barely got it in the ground. We actually had to go back and break some ground with some heavier plows that we normally just strip till in, and broke the planters twice trying to do it. And we've got corn that hadn't come up yet that should be up 6-8 inches tall.
Experts say dry conditions like this can affect everything from plant growth to water usage.
What could the impact look like moving forward, just from your experience?
It really could. It could devastate farmers for sure. They're going to have to run their irrigation systems, and if they do what's called dry land, which is non-irrigation stuff, is they may lose a crop, may have to replant, or may not be able to plant at all.
And for many, the concern is what happens next if rain doesn't come.
It could get worse. It could get a lot worse, and it affects us. It affects cattle inventories across the state. Not only dairy, but you think of beef farmers have to grow feed and buy feed. It's getting to a critical point, and then with the fuel being a lot more expensive and the fertilizer being outrageously expensive, it's just one on top of the other. It's rough.
For now, many are watching the skies, hoping for relief.
Experts say if these dry conditions continue, we could start seeing even more impact, not just for farmers, but for the entire area. And one local county asking for your help during the drought. Columbia County is asking people to conserve as much water as possible. Utilities Director Stacey Gordon says this includes limiting outdoor watering between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. Be sure to check your irrigation controller and adjust the schedule. Time now for a first look at our weather with meteorologist Jennifer Trottian. I'm hoping for an end to this drought sometime soon.
I know. We've been talking about it for months now, Dee, and the drought is also leading to fire danger concerns. So we've been seeing this risk fairly often over the past few weeks. This is from the Storm Prediction Center, and it shows we're under an elevated threat of fire danger today. And similar conditions will persist over the next few days, and it's all because of the dry, sunny, and breezy conditions. So right now on our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam, just a few clouds in the sky, but we did have plenty of sunshine today. It was a beautiful Monday. A cold start to the day as well, 40 this morning, but then we climbed all the way up to 78 degrees. And around the CSRA, we're currently in those low to mid 70s. 76 in Evans, 73 in Allendale. Millen, you're a bit warmer at 77, 75 in Gibson, and 73 in Edgefield. So dew points are very low in the 30s today, and we do have winds coming out of the northwest up to around 10 miles per hour. So once again, a bit breezy today, but the winds will continue to settle down as the sun sets, which will be at 8:02 tonight. So sunsets now past 8 o'clock. Now over the next few days, a chilly start again tomorrow, but we will start to warm up, especially by Wednesday. More details on that coming up, and back to you, Dee.
All right, thanks so much. We'll see you in a few minutes. Today, the North Augusta City Council is discussing several items, including improvements to Riverside Village that will help ease congestion, but those changes are tied to a bigger decision about the future of North Augusta's riverfront. Aiken Bureau Chief Sean Cabbage has more.
Safety features include concrete benches in the median near Crown Plaza and SRP Park. About 55 golf cart spaces are also planned. All of it centers on Parcel D.
That the $240,000 we're fixing to spend to improve the median and put concrete benches in is enough to buy this whole parcel. So don't tell me we don't have the money.
City leaders will consider rezoning for office space and buying an existing parking garage. Early cyber center work is also a part of the plan.
In fact, the city has ordered a delineation study, and we're moving forward with the action to purchase Parcel D before the delineation study even comes back.
If approved, the cyber center will move forward. construction wouldn't start right away.
Right now, our development code calls for a 50-foot buffer, and I question whether it's a consistent 50-foot all the way across that sliver of land right behind it.
The impact fees we just passed, we could borrow for the little, at most $200,000 that is wanted for this land. I think we could raise that money amongst the constituents and the people that live in this area to keep this green space.
Opponents say the project will bring little to no direct tax revenue. City staff says DOE settlement funds are restricted to cyber infrastructure projects.
And the impact fees we just passed, we could borrow for the little, at most $200,000 that is wanted for this land. I think we could raise that money amongst the constituents and the people that live in this area to keep this green space.
In North Augusta, I'm Macon Bureau Chief Sean Cabbage-Stock, WJBF News Channel 6.
The South Carolina Highway Patrol is investigating a deadly accident. It happened last night on Sandbar Ferry Road at Glory Drive in Beach Island. The Aiken County coroner says David Smith III was driving a motorcycle and crashed into the trailer of a semi-truck turning onto Sandbar Ferry Road. Smith died in the wreck. An investigation is underway in Richmond County after a deadly crash. It happened on Riverwatch Parkway. Deputies report the vehicle left the roadway and went down the embankment toward Goodrich Street. The Richmond County Sheriff's Office says it's a fatal crash, with no word yet on how many people were in the crash. Voting rights groups across Georgia are urging the latest on the conflict with Iran, what leaders are pushing for during the ceasefire. We'll have the details when we return.
I'm Carol Blackman with your Cast Recap.
The mild temperatures will continue tomorrow, but we will see a warm-up on Wednesday, followed with an unsettled weather pattern shaping up as we end the month of April. We'll finally have some chances of rain. I'll have your full Viper 6 forecast when we return.
My name is Andre, and I've been at Georgia Power 18 years now. The equipment, the tools, the long hours, all the training.
The mild temperatures will continue tomorrow, but we will see a warm-up on Wednesday, followed with an unsettled weather pattern shaping up as we end the month of April. We'll finally have some chances of rain. I'll have your full Viper 6 forecast when we return.
My name is Andre, and I've been at Georgia Power 18 years now. The equipment, the tools, the long hours, all the training. It's all about helping people and keeping lights on each and every day. Everyone deserves power that's reliable and affordable. Last year, Georgia Power froze base rates to keep costs predictable. That predictability is reassuring and comforting for me and my family. Georgia Power is really working hard to put that downward pressure on those bills. What makes me proud to work at Georgia Power, we care about the communities we serve. I'm not coming to work, I'm coming to serve my community.
You know what Georgians... Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live Viper 6.
Welcome back. It's golden hour on this Monday, and it's looking great out there as we start out with our Terry Limbert Hyundai Skyview cam looking at Bobby Jones Expressway. Another dry day. So we did pick up on a few raindrops on Sunday from a cold front passage, and that dropped our temperatures down quite a bit. We're only in the 70s compared to being around 90 this time just a few days ago. Now, with that cold front, we also have a shift in wind direction. So a northwest wind is bringing in that cooler and drier air with dew points around 30 and humidity at 18%. Around the CSRA, we're very consistent, sitting anywhere from around 73 to 76 degrees. And here's our satellite and radar. High pressure is in control, keeping the two-state nice and quiet. But look at this, a healthy batch of rain showers across the state of Texas. So no severe weather, just some very nice rain, which is what we need here in the CSRA. So there was very active weather last week across parts of the Midwest down towards Texas, where we had an unsettled weather pattern. But now the nation is looking fairly quiet, but we are going to see a pattern shift here in the CSRA, and you can see this feature here. This is a ridge of high pressure. So another cooler day tomorrow, but as this ridge of high pressure settles in across the area, that's going to really warm us up by around Wednesday, and then eventually we could see some rain. But for tomorrow, no rain in sight. It's going to be completely sunny again, starting out in the upper 40s and then climbing into the upper 70s. Now, as for those low temperatures tonight, average low is 52. We will be at least a few degrees below that, getting down to 44 in Augusta. High temperatures tomorrow are going to be in the upper 70s, so our average high is now 80 degrees. So we were actually going to still be a little bit below average, but those 80s are coming right back, and we'll hit 84 on Wednesday, then climb up to 88 on Saturday, and I'm expecting those 80s to last for quite some time. Now, like I mentioned, you may have run into just a few raindrops on Sunday. I know I did when I was in North Augusta on Sunday morning, but this is all we got. Trace amounts, and some places actually stayed completely dry. So we also picked up on some rain back on Easter Sunday. That was a trace amount as well. So we've still had 0 inches when it comes to measurable rainfall for the month of April. Notice in first place, the driest month of April on record for the Augusta area was the year 1970 with 0.6 inches of rain. It's going to be pretty difficult for us to even get to that amount, even though we still have about a week to go for the month. But we are going to see some beneficial rain chances start to pick back up as we go into the weekend. It's still not expected to be a washout, so you don't even have to worry about canceling those outdoor plans just yet. But keep in mind that we will have that chance of rain starting on Saturday. So as of now, our Futurecast model doesn't have this coming in until Saturday night into the overnight hours, and it's very scattered in nature, with the majority of the rain still staying to our north and west. But that could continue even into next week. So most of the significant rainfall staying to the west of us for now, with only up to around 1/10 of an inch expected in the CSRA through Monday of next week. But as we continue to see those rain chances, that could change, and we could maybe end up getting up to around 1/2 inch of rain, maybe a bit more if we have some heavier downpours and storms. And we'll continue to monitor that forecast for you as we get closer to the date. And now it's time to go beyond the forecast. Here's meteorologist Miller Hyatt with a look at the current drought conditions and the South Carolina burn ban.
The drought continues across our area. In fact, we're now seeing exceptional drought in portions of Emmanuel County, and that statewide burn ban for the Palmetto State continues until further notice. So what are you allowed to burn and what are you not? Well, what's prohibited is burning yard debris, campfires, bonfires, prescribed burns, recreational fires. There is an exception. You are allowed to do cooking on grills, gas or charcoal, and you're also allowed to use limited enclosed fires for cooking and warmth. Of course, you want to check with your local rules. I'll have more details on my Beyond the Forecast blog. You can find that on WJBF.com under the Weather tab.
Coming up, a mass shooting in Louisiana taking the lives of children. We'll have the latest in the investigation.
Pitch and putt. I love our new tagline for George Sink Injury Lawyers. Get the GOAT.
Well, technically, you can't say you're the greatest of all time. GOAT is for George's outstanding attorney team, not greatest of all time. Get the GOAT! Yes!
Get the GOAT on your side and call all nines. We're leading a revolution in cybersecurity. Through unprecedented collaboration and innovation, we are the Georgia Cyber Center at Augusta University, where government, academia, and private industry converge to prepare the workforce of tomorrow. From our cities to our most rural communities, real-world threats, real-world training. Georgia Cyber Center at Augusta University, securing our nation's future.
We must move South Carolina in a 100 veces más que la primera oferta que me hicieron.
Thank you very much for taking care of my family.
What's with all the goats? GOAT. George's outstanding attorney team?
After you've been injured in a car crash, call George Sink Injury Lawyers and get the GOAT on your side. Hurt? Call all nines now.
Sibling rivalry is a tale as old as time, but as a moment was caught on camera at a Pirates game with siblings showing love. You can see Jake Mangum throwing the ball in the stands toward a young fan wearing his jersey. Big brother swoops in with his baseball glove with the clean catch. The brother then gives his sister the ball. She gives a big hug and a big smile and a huge hug. The big brother looks pretty happy too. That is so sweet.
That is.
Oh, I love
it. I wonder if they both share that love for baseball together. Because, I mean, typically you would think, like, the boy would be holding on to that ball for dear life. But that is so awesome he would share it with his sister.
That is amazing. That is wonderful. Those parents are doing it right,
Yeah.
definitely. Well, that's our time for now. Oh, you have weather. That's right. Sorry.
Just a quick weather forecast here. You can see it's going to be dry and sunny over the next few days. We are warming back up to 84 on Wednesday, then 88 on Saturday. Not a complete washout this weekend, just around the 30 to 40% chance of rain, which we desperately need. We will continue to see some rain chances next week with the warm temperatures sticking around.
All right. Thanks so much. And thanks so much for joining us. Our next news is on News Channel 6 at 11 right here. Have a great Pacific evening.
Insurance companies